We have the off-whites now. We're gonna clean these up. This is definitely not a beginner shoe. So if you were ever to do these, take your sweet time with these and be very careful if you have no experience cleaning off-white 4s. This is a very unforgiving shoe. If you mess up at all, it is a wrap. But luckily I had practice with my own pair. All right, so we're gonna start by unlacing the shoes. Like I said before, this shoe is very unforgiving. So if you mess these up, it is a wrap. But I will show you all how to safely clean these. We'll put these laces to the side. Just looking at the shoe, there's a lot that needs to be done. We're gonna start with a dry, medium bristle dry brush to get everything, any dirt, dust, debris off of the actual shoe. Right now I'm just kind of getting some of the red suede fibers off of this brush before I use it on the cream because I don't want any cross-contamination. All right, now that that's taken care of, we're just gonna start brushing everything out. These are quite rough, I will say. All right, everything is brushed out. Now it's time to go back in and start erasing. Basically erasing all the spots that have any noticeable marking. And I actually did a full-length video on how to clean these on my page already, if y'all want to check that out. I think that pair might have been dirtier than these, potentially, but it's been a while, so I don't remember. We're gonna move on to the sides. Still erasing, just making sure to hit behind the flaps and things. I think we are just about good. I don't really see any other spots that need much more erasing. I think the majority of this will just be a light clean. We're gonna take the medium bristle brush once again, and we're just gonna brush off all the debris that we put on there by erasing. All right, and we're good to go. Let's start cleaning. Lay out a dry towel. Like I said before, this is very important to have towels so that when you actually clean the bottoms, because we're gonna clean the bottoms first, that basically it doesn't oversaturate this toe area. I will say, if it oversaturates this toe area, it will be bad because it's thin and it's kind of like, it's just a mesh. So it'll soak through and start to come up here. And that's something you definitely want to avoid because this shoe is super, 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 super delicate when it comes to getting water on it. So we're gonna use as light as water as possible when we actually clean the uppers. But to keep these shoes from being oversaturated, we have the towels. I have 2 layers of towels to protect them. And then if the top layer starts to get wet, I'll flip it, boom, new layer basically, and I'll do what I have to do to protect them. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm actually gonna use the cuticle pusher once again to get out any dirt and debris out of the bottoms. And you're probably wondering why I have the shoe on the towel already. It's just because I was cleaning the other pair on the actual mat, so the mat is like slightly damp and I don't want it to affect the shoes. I'm getting all that stuff out. Yeah, it looks like we're good to go. So what I'll do first, I'm gonna steam some of that dirt down because the bottoms, the dirt is kind of like in there. Like it's not like it's fresh dirt, like this dirt has been sitting there for a while. So it's gonna be a little tough to get that stuff out. So I'm gonna have to melt it down a little bit, loosen it up, and then I can go back in with my drills and all that. First things first, we're gonna hit it with the steamer. And you can see that ring of dirt underneath where I had the shoe and it dripped down. That would have been soaked into the toe had I not had a towel here. So it's like, it's kind of wet right now. So I'll flip it, kind of move it to a different spot. So we have another ring. This is why we have the towels. And then you can see even then, like it's soaked through in some areas underneath. So that's how you know it's actually, you know, wet in those areas. The toe is still fairly cool. It's gonna take this one, throw this to the side. Got another towel on deck. Fold that up. Now we're actually going to start detailing the bottoms with the drill and my wire tip bristle brushes. The wire tip bristle brushes are more abrasive and I use them to clean the bottoms even more thoroughly. I have the drill with the stiff bristle attachment. Now we're actually gonna drill the bottoms. Now we're gonna move on to our wire tip bristle brush, and then we're just gonna hit some of these areas on the toe, as you all can see, and then on the heel as well, and get rid of that dirt. This is abrasive, but it is precise. It won't affect the rubber at all. It's safe to use. It's just better than using plastic or nylon brushes. That's not really gonna do its job. These are more abrasive and remove dirt more effectively and efficiently. So I'm spending less time on the bottoms and can complete the shoes faster. I never use the wire brush for any other part of the shoe. I only use it for just the bottoms for real. You see this towel? I'm actually going to take a piece of the towel dip it in. And now I'm just gonna see if I can wipe some of this on the bottom because it's like not coming out with the wire. Yeah, it's coming out for sure. And then I'll actually hit the toe, then I'll show you all how it looks. But let's see another before I actually tackle this. But that's the before. All right, keep that in mind. All right, let's do it. Actually, we'll only do half of it so you all can see the difference from using wire brushes. This is the side that I did so far, and then this is the other side that I haven't done. Big difference just from using different tools. And then all the tools that I'm using will be available in the description down below. All right, now we're just drying this off. Yeah, they look good so far. We just gotta hit more of that sole, checking to see if it's wet, seeping through a little bit. Let me swap this out. Swap both of them actually. We gotta tackle the bottoms. This is probably gonna be the hardest part of the clean in itself, is just cleaning the bottoms. And then once this is done, the rest of the clean should be pretty easy. So now we're just gonna hit the middle of this Nike. And actually, when I finish the bottoms on these, I can just show you a side by side. And we're just using the wire brushes as of right now. Try this off. Let me steam this out as well. Let me know in the comments down below, do you all like the Off-White 4s, and do you think they'll drop the bread Off-White 4s later this year, potentially? Because they are bringing back those other Off-Whites, the Euros. It's only a matter of time, I'm thinking. Gotta do some more minor touch work. Now I need to grab a detailed wire bristle brush just to get some cracks. Here it is right here. All right, now we're pretty much good to go. I'll show you all the finished bottom versus the bottom that hasn't been touched. I'm gonna move on to the uppers, but here's like a side by side. Big difference. Now we're just gonna move into the actual suede cleaning, so I don't need the towels anymore. I just need some fresh towels actually, just to wipe the shoe, pat it down. Dip the brush in the solution, let it run off. Shake, 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 shake. And then go in and just start scrubbing. So I'll start in this section. And I only clean suede shoes with the soft brush anyway, just because it's the most delicate. It's a little bit more sudsy, and that's okay. As long as I get these finished and dried in an ample amount of time, because that's what causes water stains, when the water sits on the material and doesn't like dry immediately. It's like another reason why water stains can occur. So what I'm trying to do now is just clean them as fast as I can with as little water as possible, as fast as I can, and most efficient that I can, while remaining detailed. And then I'm gonna put them in front of the fan and UV light, and that should help with brightening up the materials, as well as getting these dry ASAP so they don't have any water damage. And I wanna make sure I hit all the parts evenly, so there's no chance for any water damage there, or not water damage, but staining. Make sure you get behind there as well. Behind the wings, we're gonna clean the actual tongue and netting. All right, everything is good to go. Now I'm just gonna take my towel, start patting everything dry immediately, because we don't want any water to sit on these. Might even steam out the netting. Soak that up. Last thing before we put them in the room, we have to clean behind the tongue, sock liner, etc. This customer actually got the insole clean. It's kind of nasty, right? Now to clean the insides, we're just gonna use a soft bristle brush. Once again, I don't want to risk over saturating the insides while using the drill attachment. Now we're just going to make sure that's dry, or at least dried off. And we just gotta hit the sock liner, and then we'll be good to go. And you wanna make sure you shake the water off of this too before you actually get the scrubbing in here, because we don't want any excess water. And then we're just gonna take the towel, and then we're gonna go put this to dry in the icebox room. Everything's looking good. I actually might take my sponge, because I see like some dirt within the crack. You can kind of see it, like it looks dark. And take the sponge, zip that in a little bit, and then just kind of go along that. Don't want to go too crazy, because this can take off paint. You have to be going like insanely hard for that to happen. All right, we're good to go. Got off that extra stuff that I had to. Steam that off. Do a final steam off. And then I might hit this as well. Detail wire brush, dip that in solution. Just gonna hit the stitching on the front. I'm actually gonna switch to my nylon detailed tip bristle brush. Dip that in the solution, shake that off. Try to hit some of this on this mesh. Usually when this mesh gets stained, it's like it's locked in. It's the same material that's on those sale Off-White 5s. Don't be too upset if you have a pair and they don't seem to be coming off, just because it's just the way they made this shoe, unfortunately. We're good to go. We're gonna put these in the icebox room. All right, so with this, there is some lint on it, so I'm probably gonna lint shave this a little bit first. The actual liner on the insole is kind of peeling, so I'm not gonna go like insanely crazy, but usually how I clean these is I use my drill attachment with a softer brush than the stiff, but it's still coarse enough to get in there and do a good cleaning. So we're gonna use the lint shaver. Boom, so we got that taken care of for the most part. We're gonna swap out this. I'm gonna use a combination of these two, smaller one. So when I get around this area, I won't cause any more extra ripping. Use this one just on this general area to cover our ground. So we're gonna put this on, dip this in a solution, and we're gonna get to work. Boom. And then we're gonna switch over to the smaller one for this area, and you can already see like the difference. All right, we're gonna put this on. I'm just trying to hold these pieces down on the edges that they're coming up on. Looking pretty good. All right, so now we're just gonna wipe this down, and then I'm gonna steam off the area as well. They're actually looking pretty good. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go rinse this out in the bathroom, and then I'm going to put this underneath the UV light as well to further kill any bacteria that's in this, and it'll hopefully brighten up this white and make it look a lot more cleaner. Here's the insole. It still has to dry. Looks really clean now. So we have the shoe. Everything is completely dry. Some of the fibers are like really wild on this pair. You can kind of see how some of the fibers, so I'm gonna have to trim those with the scissors just to make everything uniform. And there are also some parts on this shoe that I might have to hit with acetone. And what this is gonna do is it's gonna actually remove like some of these marks on like the wing. So I have it on this little pad. Making sure not to hit any of the suede. We're good to go on that. Just gotta do some minor trimming. Now we just have to re-nap the suede using the dry medium bristle brush once again. Might even erase just a little bit. I think this area of the shoe, the customer might have spilled like oil or something. So it's like, it's just locked in. Like I said, this is a very delicate suede shoe, even more delicate than the Uggs and all the other ones I cleaned. This is what I meant when I said it's kind of unforgiving on the wearer and the cleaner. In this case, I mean, I did what I was supposed to do on these. It's just that the person who wore these, and like with any shoe, I mean, they're meant to be worn. So it's a good thing, but it's just unfortunate that they're made so fragile. Re-napping everything. And then I'm probably gonna go very light with the mink oil on this one, just because it is a lighter color. And I don't want to contribute to any oil stains or anything like that. Just want to do a light coat so it still has some conditioning and isn't like dry. Just about done with that. We're gonna apply the mink very lightly on this pair. Now we're gonna massage that in. All I have to do now is lace them up, and then I'll show you the side by side. Now we're just gonna lace them up. And we are officially done with this pair of off-white Jordan 4s. Here's the final product. This pair is a bit more worn, but they look way better than, you know, how they were when they were brought in. That's for certain. Now let me show you all the side by side. So this is the shoe that I have not done yet. Looks more rough. You can see like there's a lot of markings, creasing. You can just tell bottoms alone. This one just looks way brighter in general.